Now, when we say information gathering, we want to be very specific on what we're looking for. First of all, we want to know the business or industry specific information. Am I building this in a warehouse? A warehouse that has lots of metal, there's lots of wire shelving available. That's going to be a game changer as compared to a normal building. Is this a very small building? Is it a very large building? We have to be able to understand what are the business or industry specific things going on. Do I have large forklifts roaming around all the time? Is it a restaurant that uses a lot of microwaves? There's lots of things I need to know that what you do in that building and what your building's doing that impacts greatly the wireless LAN design. I also need to know the different application types you're using. We'll talk about which applications require what, quality service, jitter, delay, lag, how all that plays into my wireless LAN design and how I'm going to apply that. Also, what applications are mobile? Who's going to be walking around with what? That's going to affect the roaming of my design and how much interlapping coverage I have. RF application requirements, how much coverage, how much speed I need for certain applications. Type of client devices. Are we talking phones here? Are we talking about mobile RF scanning device or mobile scanning devices? What are we talking about in terms of clients? And the numbers. I need to know how many there are. Okay. So it's not just about simply understanding the type of clients. I need to know the numbers as well. I also need to know the floor plans to the site. What do they look like? How many doors there are? It's great that I understand the total square footage. If you get a wireless contractor who says, "Oh, I can do that, just give me the total square footage," you need to stop because there's all sorts of things that come into play. I need the floor plans so I can know the doors. Doors have an absorption value. So if all the doors are closed in the facility, that changes the flow of the wireless signal significantly. I also need facility specific information. What materials are we using? Is it wood? Is it concrete? Is it sheet metal? All of these materials have vastly different absorption values. One of these materials has can actually scatter signals or reflect it. We have to be very careful with how the facility is not only made, so how the facility is made, but also things that may be in the facility as obstacles. We need to know relevant building materials, where the elevator is located. And all this is going to determine the types of APs I need, but I also need to know my client's budget, right? Not everyone's going to be able to afford the top end AP with the best signals available. Do they need beamforming? What's going on? That's going to change the budget they have and the types of APs they can afford. It's going to completely change how we do our deployment.